Good day to all you glorious rascallion bastards. The name's FOXSOL. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to some more Wavering Waves. And in today's video, we're going to discuss more about the Mistress of Fire. The fire starter, the immortal blaze herself, Changli. I have another build. And this build, I think, is legitimately probably the best build for Changli that I have done so far. That has legitimately made it to where we have defeated all the holographic bosses with actual fucking ease. If you haven't seen the video that I posted already on the channel of defeating the crownless level 100 holographic boss and see the damage that Changli's done in it, well, I would refer to you to watch that first before watching this video. And then come back and I'm going to explain all of this. So, just saying. Let's go ahead and let's get right into it though. Alrighty. So, first and foremost, I want to make sure that it's understood right now that my attack stats a little bit screwed up right now in my because I ate some food and it hasn't been 30 minutes and I wanted to make this video. So instead of waiting 30 minutes to record this video, I'm just gonna let you know that my attack is supposed to be at 2600, like 2636, I believe, or 35 or something. But we ate some food and they boosted our attack by 100. That's just what it is. I don't know if it actually messed with the crit rate because I don't remember the crit rate being at 46%, but I just finished doing the calculations of everything, minusing everything, and it's like a 5% difference. So it might have boosted my crit rate by 5%. I believe my crit rate should be at 41. So I just want to make sure that is understood before we really get into anything of how everything is. Okay, stat wise. Because I am going to use some food here to showcase some things. But when it comes to it, you'll see on the screen, my Changli has a 46% crit rate. I'm not worried about my crit rate, to be completely honest with this build. What I was worried about was the crit damage. The crit damage is at 303.8%, and I'm still working on the echoes to basically try to boost this up as much as possible. Now, future-wise, when we get another fusion boss, I would hope that that would come in. Then I guarantee you that that will be at least at 350% for crit damage is how I will build this. I've had so much fun and the fastest fights because of this build. And to explain this is that first and foremost, we do have the Blazing Brilliance weapon, which is a crit damage and attack weapon. And the crit damage right there gives us 48.6%. When it comes to our echoes, we are running the Infernal Rider as a crit damage, and he even has pooled substats of crit rate and crit damage involved in it, which is great. This basic attack damage multiplier could be better, and I'm probably going to re-roll this when I get some more echo experience gel crap to go ahead and, you know, re-roll another one and see if we can get some better stats. But this is working fine. I'm mostly focusing on the flat stats at top. When it comes to our 3311, I have made sure that, you know, our Havoc was an attack one at 30%, and he again has a crit damage of 16.2% with liberation and skill damage involved. We are still working with the fusion in it because, you know, she is a fusion based character, so I still want to give it somewhat of a boost. Here is the only one that does not have a crit damage on it. And it's kind of upsetting because I would like to see more crit damage over crit rate on these echoes. But we got a crit rate, but it has skill and it has alt damage, which is still fine. When it comes to our ones, again, flat rate stacks, all I cared about. We got an 18% there on attack, but we're getting 13.8% on crit damage. We're getting skill and alt damage on top of this with crit rate, and we got one bad stat of attack on here, but still it's fine. Same thing for the last one. We got crit damage, we got attack, alt, and crit rate. Okay, so you took a look at all of this. Why am I not worried about crit rate? It's the same reason why I explained it in the main DPS video. It's because of this summon right here, Summon 2. The Inflamed will increase Changli's crit rate by 25% for 8 seconds. as long as I have enough of the substats to get the crit rate to where it's at 40%, we're guaranteed to be above 50% with this when we're in battle. And rule of thumb, I will tell anybody, and I said this from back in the day with Wallet May Cry, you know, DMC Peak of Combat, that with Endless Judgment Virgil, same principle, same concept. As long as your crit rate is above 50%, you're perfectly fine. You don't need to worry about crit rate. You can throw everything in crit damage and attack. With this right here, we also, you know, we got a 59.9% in our resonant skill damage. Plus, we're also got another multiplier that comes in with us being a summon 6 with Changli. Our alt damage is a little lack. It's at 33%, but it's still fine. And we got a 40% infusion bonus. Plus, we're also going to get additional, like I think it's like 20% plus a 5%. So we get an additional 25% just because we leveled up the skill tree. So with all of that put in together, the reason why this is so fucking good, and I love this, is that straight up, and especially with the team composition and it's Tao that is going to also make this to where it's going to be benefit. Tao right now is the best character to make sure that your Changli is working appropriately, because she's the only one with an outro skill that benefits us when it comes to our skill damage, because we're primarily going to be working with skill. But let's go fight this son of a bitch real quick.
Who's the caged bird now?
And still, I'll put it like this. Changli is still a glass cannon, but you'll see, compared to me, if you watch on the streams, you know, that took a hell of a lot longer than what this took. That is the damage. That is the damage right there. We're back at 46%. I wanted to showcase that extra 25% damage from Inflamement. From the Inflamement from Summon 2 is really fucking good. And you're gonna probably ask me, well, what do you mean? It only lasts for 8 seconds. It resets. It doesn't tell you, but that actually resets. And what I mean by that, we're at 71% crit rate right now. 71%. As long as I stay in battle, as long as I keep using my skill, that keeps resetting from 8 seconds back to 1. So I've been in battle like this right here. See, look, 71%. As you're going to be consistently in battle, you're going to be consistently hitting buttons. Guess what? You're going to be using it, and that 8 seconds will last to be like however long you can maintain Changli in battle. Now we'll go. I tell you, I love it. I love the crit build so far. The crit build, I think, is actually the best build for her as a DPS now. Originally, with the main DPS build, we were discussing more the factor of putting more attack on her rather than more crit damage. Bruh, ever since I did the crit damage build on her, it is wonderful. And I'm going to showcase it because we're going to go into this fight right here with Ju. And I think it's going to be a good one to show. Because when we first did this on a live stream, it took us a little while, you know, to do anything here.
Attack is the best defense.
Let's go ahead and get Tal up on the field right here. Let's get her, you know, actually working. We want her outro skill, which will take a little while. And then we bring in Changli.
Beckon the divine flame.
Look at the health at. Boom, done. Straight from Tao into Changli. There you go. With a crit build, and we have a 71% crit rate with a 303 crit damage with 2,700 damage because we ate. And that is not even me using any food. You could go ahead and you can make that crit rate. And I would recommend this to anyone too. Like, you should build food. And I'm going to keep doing this myself, because you can get some of these right here, to be completely honest. Like, I believe like this one right here will give you a crit rate of 22% for 30 minutes. You can get ones that also have it to where you can incorporate like crit rate for 16%. I think there's food in here as well. I don't know where exactly it's at, if I'm even made it, where it increases the attack and the crit rate. I know they have it. I know I used it before in the past. But you have different things in here. Yeah, right here. See, So we got to build a higher version of the meal, but increases, you know, 8% and 6% for 30 minutes for the stew. This right here helps substitute if you want to have a higher crit rate on Changli. So but 71%, this increasing to 71% just being in middle of battle, I don't even see the need of having the food. I think you could just go ahead and put it in like health and go ahead and do a percentage of health if you need to, and you go fight. I was struggling on the holographic bosses, and like I said, I posted the video of the crown list level 100 after we did the crit build, and that struggle was still there. Don't get me wrong, it was still a little bit of a struggle, but when I started noticing that how the damage output was from Changli, it was so much better. So I will honestly say that compared to my last video and this one, if you are looking at making Changli and not a sub DPS but a main DPS, instead of doing an attack style build, look at a crit build. The crit build, I think, is beautiful. I think it works. It complements her very well. And because how fast her skills, how fast she attacks, how fast she works, and all that,
Make it fast.
her maneuverability, everything of that nature that comes out, it just works out so fucking damn well that I think that it's the best complement and it's the best resource, the best use of Changli's abilities. Because you just saw it there with fighting Jew, and if you watched my live streams before when we were doing the attack base, you know, we weren't doing that much damage in that big of a burst. We got some burst damage now with the crit rate. I mean, the crit damage. And holy moly, am I surprised. So tell me down below in the comments below what your thoughts is. You know, are you building her crit rate? Are you building her attack base? What's your build? How are you working with Changli?
Make it fast.
I'm telling you right now, I think that this is absolutely the best style build to make her a main DPS, and this is the route to go. But hey, if you got an objection, I'm all ears. Let me know what your objection is below, because, you know, I think that we got something here, and I want to know other people's thoughts, because we don't have to worry about energy regen. We don't have to worry about we don't have to worry about crit rate. All we have to worry about is attack and damage. I mean, yeah, crit damage and attack. That's it. And more crit damage than attack. But but again, I digress. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say, and let me know in the comments below. Give me your criticism, give me your feedback, and you know what? If you guys are interested in talking more on a live standing, just realize that we do live streams on this channel. So hit that bell notification so when we pop on a live stream, you guys can come run around and come comment and talk live. I have no problem with talking with anyone. We have a safe place. You can criticize, you can talk however you want. It's a free place, it's a free country, and I definitely want to make sure that everyone gets heard in some way, shape, form. So by all means, take it easy, have a good one, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.